Good morning, All Beauty community. I'm going to share with you a couple of beginners yoga poses and also introduce you to one of the yoga breathing techniques. So we'll start with the breathing. So bringing the left hand to the stomach, the right hand to the chest. See how I'm sitting on my knees. You can sit in any comfortable seated position, so cross legs, legs out in front, whichever feels best for you. So we'll start by taking a deep inhalation into the left hand, drawing the oxygen up into the chest, into the shoulders, holding it there, and then exhaling fully. And taking another inhale, holding it there, and exhale. On the next inhale, stretching through the arms, extending the palms, and then on the exhale, bringing the arms over to the right, bringing the right hand down and stretching the left arm across. You can bring the elbow down if you want to increase the stretch, and you can see that I'm stretching the nerves all along the side of the body from the fingertips through to the hip. Taking one more inhale, exhale, working the core, lifting back to center. Bringing the arms over to the left, bringing the left hand down, stretching the right arm across, and again you can move onto the elbow and just deepen that stretch. On exhale, working the core, lifting back to center, bringing the hands onto the shoulders and just loosening up the shoulders, moving into some shoulder rotations. So we carry a lot of stress in the neck, in the shoulders, in the back. So it's really good in yoga to focus on these areas to reduce the overall stress level in the body. So from here we're going to move to lying on the back on the mat. So it's extending the legs out in front and lowering onto the mat. So bringing the feet, bending the knees, bringing the feet in towards the lower back. So the feet are slightly apart. We're going to move into bridge pose, which is great for loosening up the spine. If you're sitting at a desk all day, the posture tends to be not very good if we're not aware of how we're sitting all day. And even if we're on our feet all day, we're putting a lot of pressure on the spine. So these poses are really good for loosening up the spine and strengthening the spine and just circulating the spinal fluid. So taking a deep breath in, as you exhale, engaging the leg muscles, peeling the spine up onto the shoulders. And you can bring the hands underneath the lower back and we'll just stay here, breathing into that. And then just slowly starting to lower the spine back down, rocking forward, sitting onto the sit bones in boat pose. And you can take hold of the feet and extend the legs. If that feels too much for the hamstrings, you can bend the knees slightly. So just whatever feels best for you today. From here we're going to bring the legs back down, extend the legs out in front. On the inhale, stretching through the arms. On the exhale, folding forward. Seeing if you can take hold of the feet with the hands, but don't worry if you can't, just holding onto the shins. And then we're just taking each knee, bending into the hamstrings. So if you do a lot of sport, running, gym work, any type of sport really, you're likely to have quite tight hamstrings. So yoga is really complementary to many forms of sport to prevent the likelihood of an injury and make sure we're countering the effects of our exercise on the body. So taking one more inhale, on the exhale slowly starting to bring the arms over the head, bringing the hands behind the back, grounding through the heels, lifting into upward plank. So the weight is in the arms, This is very toning for the stomach, the glutes, the legs. And you can hold this pose up to a few minutes, as long as you want to hold the pose. On the exhale, slowly starting to bring the legs back down. And we'll just bring the feet around, so bringing the legs around, moving onto the hands and knees. Taking an inhale. On the exhale, extending the right leg and the left arm. Move forward a bit. So extending the right leg and the left arm. So again, this is good for the spine, this is good for the core strength. If you want to extend the pose, bending the back knee, bringing the arm over and taking hold of the foot. And just breathing into that. So obviously I'm just quickly going through some of these poses today. But if you're doing a full yoga practice, you can hold the poses for much longer, and we'll do the poses on both sides of the body. So we'll swap to the opposite leg, to the opposite arm, and bringing the knee, bringing the arm back down, walking the hands forward slightly, tucking the toes, lifting into downward dog, and just bending into the hamstrings, bending into the knees, relaxing the head and the neck. Bringing the knees back down, sitting back onto the knees. Thank you for watching that short yoga practice, and I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.